It's only been a month. Okay, Stephanie Goss, thanks so much. In Oregon now, these two boys you're about to see, they face possible jail time and life on a sex offenders list for reportedly slapping girls on their behinds in middle school hallways. The 13-year-olds were arrested. They spent 5 days already at a juvenile detention center before being sent to a court appearance in shackles, by the way. Is all this a necessary reaction to their behavior? Well, let's bring in our legal panel. David Schwartz is a criminal defense attorney and Karen DeSoto is a former prosecutor to talk about all of this. David, if these two boys were your clients, how would you feel about the treatment they've received so far?
Well, I feel outraged right now, and they're not my clients. So if they were my clients, I would really be outraged. I've been talking about this for a long time. This is a rogue we have to watch these rogue prosecutors out there. This is a very dangerous situation. We need to understand who we're electing. This is ridiculous. These children, you saw their pictures on the TV just a second ago. They're being treated as if it's an adult hiding behind a bush and raping a woman. This is what we're scared about in our society. To even think that these kids facing felony charges could face sexual offender status for the rest of their lives is insane. We've totally watered down the sexual offender statute where it should be reserved for the most serious offenders of our society, and this is a perfect example.
Okay, defense attorney now to prosecution. Are the prosecutors right at all here, Karen?
Well, the prosecutors are just following up on the charges that were originally filed. So, I understand that everybody is getting outraged because there were so many charges filed, but, you're talking about a sexual assault or actually sexual contact. Therefore, if they touch them with the intent of, sexual gratification or on purpose, and you know what, there may be a lot of stuff we don't know about, because in the original reports, it had said that they were kind of bullies and that they were poking girls in their breasts. And you know what? Maybe it's not as serious, and maybe that's why it was downgraded. So prosecutors are doing their job.
But if the story, as I heard it from having interviewed one of the boys, myself and his attorney,
right,
they said that this was something that they do all the time. These group of kids, boys and girls together, they go around and slap each other on the behinds.
Yeah, but then you have other witnesses who say other things, and if you talk to the girls,
okay. But if what they say is true, and that's what it is, and I also asked them, I said, hey guys, are you still friends with these girls? And they said, yeah, we're friends with them, and the girls aren't offended. If that's the case, is this much ado about nothing?
We're not really sure if that's the case, because I think that there was another boy who did something similar a year before, and he was brought up on charges. Should schools be institutional? You can't have it one way or ever. Everybody's always like, oh, the bullies, and nobody's doing enough, and then when you do it, it's too much.
We have to
that kind of a thing.
5 days in jail and shackles?
We have to have some common sense.
You know what?
Karen, Alex, we have to have some common sense in how we apply the laws of this country.
If your little girl came home,
when you're a prosecutor,
you've got two girls.
You know what? I'm a defense attorney now. I was a prosecutor. Okay. You have to analyze each case. You have to have common sense when you analyze these cases.
If it was your little girl that came home and said somebody was poking her boobs and slapping her on her rear,
I'd want the school to take care of business the way they should take care of business administratively. These are middle school kids. There was playfulness within the school. Yes, it's unacceptable
behavior. But we don't know what the facts are.
But for a DA to take over this case and to hit these kids the same way on felony charges and facing sexual offender status is just insane.
Okay, so do you think this is the kind of thing that a school should be handling?
A school should be handling, but you know what, Alex? The disrespect that's going on with little girls these days, I think it's inherent. Everybody's so outraged. Meanwhile, what if these are bullies? What if these kids are, going around? What if these girls are really upset?
These girls were engaging in the conduct. They were engaging in the conduct.
What do you guys think? Do you think these guys have a civil case on their hands if the charges are dropped? I mean, they spent 5 days in jail.
I think so.
First of all, if they spent 5 days in jail, then what does that say about their juvenile justice system? That doesn't have anything to do with the prosecutor. That has to do with their system.
It has to do with the government. The government falsely imprisoning kids, middle school children, for 5 days. The trauma that they've gone through. The family can't even get the legal fees together. That's another problem here.
Lots of juveniles do go to prison.
That's a horrendous issue where the government acts in such a blatant manner, and people can't even afford to defend themselves. That is outrageous. It's got to stop.
Yikes, we all have some opinions on this one. Okay, well, good. Thanks for sharing, both of you. David Schwartz and Karen DeSoto. We're going to talk about this one more. That was fun.